In a quiet town nestled beside mist-covered hills stood an old tea house. Its windows glowed like lanterns in the dusk. Inside, an elderly woman named Marisol greeted everyone with a knowing smile and a cup of jasmine tea. Though the world outside stormed and raged, inside her tea house, warmth bloomed. She had no family left. Her husband had passed, her children had moved on, but her eyes still carried a light that drew the broken, the weary, and the lost. A young man, Leo, burst in, drenched from the storm. His eyes were tired, hollow. He dropped onto a stool like gravity had finally won. Leo said, "My mother's gone. Cancer. Weeks. I didn't even get to say goodbye. I feel nothing." Marisol studied him, her silence more comforting than any rushed condolence. "Marisol, come, sit, breathe. Let the tea speak first." She poured steaming jasmine tea into a small cup. The steam curled like whispers between them. Marisol said, "Tell me, when the rain taps on your window, do you curse the storm or listen to its rhythm?" Leo, I don't know. I never thought about it." Marisol, "Life is both storms and silence. You can shudder at thunder or find music in it." Leo took a sip. The warmth filled his chest. He looked up, a flicker of curiosity piercing his grief. Leo came back the next day, then again. He watched Marisol greet strangers with the same peace, the same smile. He watched how she moved with intention, polishing teacups like sacred objects, pausing to admire raindrops on the windows. One afternoon, frustration cracked through his mask. "Leo, bitter, how are you so calm? Haven't you lost anyone? Haven't you ever broken?" Marisol's smile faded slightly. She set her teacup down. "Marisol, quietly, I've loved deeply, and I've lost deeply. Let me tell you a secret." Marisol, voice trembling slightly. "My daughter Clara was born with a heart that beat like a moth trapped in a jar. Every beat was a fight. The doctor said not to expect years, or even months. I held her while her heart gave out. On my lap, I remember the sound of her last breath, and I remember the silence after." Leo, softly, I'm sorry." Marisol, "I screamed. I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping. I didn't leave my bed for weeks. One morning I heard a bird, a little sparrow outside my window singing. Relentless, hopeful. I whispered, 'Why are you still here?' And it sang. Not with words, but with life." She stood and walked around the table toward Leo. Marisol, "That day, I got up. I made a cup of tea. I opened the windows. I listened. Pain didn't disappear, but it stopped being my prison. This tea house, it's not an escape, it's an altar, a place where pain can sit beside peace, where every clink of porcelain is a reminder. I'm still here." Leo, quietly, "I don't know if I can do that." Marisol, "You can. Start small. One breath, one word, one line." She reached under the counter and pulled out a small wooden box. Inside was a folded piece of paper, weathered and faintly stained. Marisol, "This was Clara's. Every morning I wrote one line, just one, something I noticed, something the day gave me. You take it. For 7 days, write one line each morning. That's it." Leo, "Just one line?" Marisol, smiling, "One line can save you." Leo, voiceover, "Day 1. I heard a neighbor laugh. It made the silence softer. Day 2. A sparrow landed on my balcony. It stared at me like it knew. Day 3. Had lunch with Mark. I actually smiled. Day 4. Played mom's favorite song. It hurt, but I let it. Day 5. Sunlight on my face. It felt like being forgiven. Day 6. Helped an old lady carry groceries. She said thank you twice. Day 7. I woke up, and I didn't want to disappear." Back at the tea house, Leo held the wooden box close. Marisol, "Your one line?" Leo, reading, "I woke up, and I didn't want to disappear." Marisol, "That's the line where healing begins." They sat in silence, not needing anything else. Leo, voiceover, "I kept writing. Some days the only thing I could write was, 'I'm still breathing.'" But breath turned into words, words into art, art into life. I painted for the first time in months. A sparrow, it sold. And suddenly I wasn't broken. I was becoming. Leo stood behind the counter beside Marisol. The door opened. A young man stepped in, soaked, eyes red. He looked exactly like Leo had on that first day. Marisol poured a cup of tea. Leo handed him the box. Leo, gentle, kind. Write one line a day, that's all. Let it guide you back. Narrator, closing. In every breath, a beginning. In every broken heart, a seed. We do not outrun grief. We grow around it. One line a day. A habit, a healing, a way back home. What's your one line today?